let's talk about Tucker Carlson. Now, I am convinced that Tucker Carlson has converted to Islam. So, at the very least, let's put it this way. We have Team Jesus and Team Mohammed. So, what team is Tucker Carlson on? Is he on Team Jesus Christ or Team Prophet Muhammad, so-called Prophet Muhammad? He's obviously on Team Prophet Muhammad, so-called Prophet Muhammad. So the thing is, he's like, oh, I'm a Christian, but I like Sharia law. I'm a Christian, but Hamas is a good organization. I'm a Christian, but I love Qatar, which is a terrorist state, an extremist state. I mean, Saudi Arabia, which is also an extremist state, says that Qatar is a extremist state. What does that say about them? And then you have Al Jazeera, a terrorist network that's been pumping out Al-Qaeda and ISIS propaganda for decades now, and he's standing for that. He doesn't look, Tucker Carlson hasn't cracked open a Bible, right? If he was reading the Bible, if he had a relationship with Jesus Christ, it would inform what he's doing and what he's saying. Is he talking about saving souls? Does he mention Christian doctrines that are in contradiction to Islam? Does he talk about the Holy Trinity? Does he talk about the crucifixion, which Islam denies, or the resurrection? Does he mention that God is our Father, which Islam denies, that Jesus is the Son of God, something else Islam denies? And the same thing goes with Barack Hussein Obama. Now, what happened with Barack Hussein Obama is he's raised Muslim. He was registered as a Muslim in the madrasa he went to. It's just a fact. When he's growing up in Indonesia, he told people he was a Muslim, but when they try to make him a public figure, they decided that he's going to say he's a Christian. How did he do that? He went to Jeremiah Wright. Jeremiah Wright said when he talked to him, this is Jeremiah Wright, so I think he's deceased now. Jeremiah Wright said that Obama came to him as a Muslim, as a professed Muslim. And Jeremiah Wright told, because he's trying to, Obama is trying to network with the black churches for political purposes. And Jeremiah Wright impressed upon Obama that what he could say is, in Islam, Jesus is a prophet, Prophet Isa. So you could say you're a Christian in the context, you're a follower of the Muslim prophet Isa. So you can say you're a Christian, even though you're a Muslim, but you're going to say you're a Muslim who follows the prophet Jesus. So you're a true Christian because Jesus is really a Muslim, so are the apostles. That's how Obama's doing it. Now, for a land to be Muslim, it has to have a Muslim head of state. Like New York City is now a Muslim, it's conquered by Islam because it has the mayor is a Muslim, and so per the Islamic way of thinking, New York is now conquered by Islam. Once you have a Muslim ruler, it belongs to Islam now. So the American people bequeathed New York City, and now what do you got? You got Muslims and tens of thousands of Muslims seizing Times Square and blocking traffic, praying and so-called praying in the street. It's not really praying; it's political gestures. So I was expecting, because it's so obvious that Obama is a Muslim, not just his upbringing, but he did, just like Tucker, he doesn't talk about Christ. It's always, why does Obama care so much about Islam? Why is he obsessed with it? Why is Obama so invested in Islam? Why? Why does it matter to him if it's a different religion? If he doesn't belong to it, why is he so passionate about it? What's it to him? Like right now, Tucker is so invested in the Dome of the Rock. What does he care? Why is he going to a Charlie Kirk memorial and attacking the legacy of Charlie Kirk by attacking pastors and preachers and Americans for not embracing, accepting, condoning Islam? Why? Why is he here's what it came down to. I've lived in the Middle East a lot. I've read Islamic sources. I've listened to Muslims, understand Middle Eastern Christianity, so I'm familiar with it. And if you watch the ambush interview with Ted Cruz and then the debate interview with Mike Huckabee and other videos that he's putting out there, Tucker Carlson is speaking as a Muslim. He is. This is like how Muslims think and what they say. Is it being fed to him by the Qataris? Perhaps, but he's saying it. He's saying this. Tucker's decided to commit himself to this Islamic side. Now, Dana Lash is saying she's calling it Chrislam, right? There's no such thing as Chrislam. There's either Christianity or there's Islam. Chrislam is Islam. It's Christians pretending to be Christians when they're really committed to Islam. If Muhammad is a prophet, it's the Islamic dilemma. When it comes down to if what Muhammad says is true, then Christianity is false. If what we believe about Jesus in the gospel is true, then Islam is false. You can't have it both ways. Jesus said, Joshua before that, choose you whom this day whom you will serve. As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. Jesus said, no man can serve two masters. He'll love the one and hate the other, right? You can't serve two masters. Who is Tucker's master? Muhammad, Allah, and the Qatari. And it's time for Christians to, I can't stand it anymore. I don't want to hear what he has to say. I know what it is. I don't want to hear it anymore. I've had enough of it. It's in one way, it's boring because all he wants to do, that's another thing. It's like, why do you care about Israel so much, Tucker? Who cares? The most ardent Israeli supporter, they got like John Hagee, for instance, or Mike Huckabee himself. They don't go on and on and on and on about Israel the way Tucker does. Talk about other things because that is a issue. It's not the only issue. But for Muslims, that's a central issue because it has to do with the conquest of planet Earth. And it's a thorn in their side and it's a barrier to their ultimate goal of dominating the world. Israel's in the way of jihad and it's got to go. For jihad to be successful, they have to defeat Israel. Right? That's why it matters to them. What does it matter to Tucker? What does the Dome of the Rock matter to Tucker? If he's a Muslim, it makes sense. Otherwise, what's going on? And either way, he sold his soul out to Islam, one way or the other. I think he's just straight up converted Islam. And he probably did that when he had this. See, it's a religious conversion. That's what's going on. He has had, just like Paul, the Damascus Road experience. Tucker Carlson has a Qatari road experience. On the road to Qatar, he saw Islam, and now they're his master. Muhammad, Islam, and the Quran, and Sharia law, and jihad is the master of Tucker Carlson. And right now, look, like I said before, if people stop watching them, Qatari and Saudi Arabian bots are going to amplify his views. So the bots are going to give him all these clicks, and it's going to say he has tens or hundreds of thousands, all these fake comments in there. It's all AI. So there's going to be an illusion of Tucker having a larger audience than he does now. And I'm convinced that there's two things that need to happen. One, we have to speak out against Tucker. We have to shun him. We have to repudiate him. And it's important for conservative speakers to condemn Tucker Carlson. And like I said, he's not a conservative. He's a liberal. He's gone full libtard. What's conservative about Tucker Carlson? Nothing. He claims years ago he claims he's a social conservative. There's no evidence he's even a social conservative. He's a liberal. He's against Trump. He's against MAGA. And he's trying to destroy the MAGA movement from within. So there's two things that have to happen. One, we have to speak out. We have to speak out and condemn Tucker Carlson. Number two, he should be persona non grata. I cannot believe that Turning Point USA allowed him to desecrate and denigrate Charlie Kirk and everything Charlie Kirk stood for. And the fact of the matter is, just look what's happened. It's so obvious. Before Charlie Kirk died, he was saying we have to confront the threat of radical Islam, of Islam. We have to confront what Islam is, and we have to take precautions. Look what's going on in Europe. what's going on in Europe right now with Islamic extremism taking over. It's going to come to the United States of America. We have to confront this now before it's too late. They killed him. They killed him. It's probably coordinated, but the left and their libtard and the woke buddies of Qatar took him out. That's a tragedy. We needed that type of leadership, and now he's gone. And Qatar is trying to replace Charlie Kirk with an Islamist, with a Chrislam supporter, with a Muslim, Tucker Carlson, and we can't let that happen. So just give Turning Point USA the benefit of the doubt. We didn't know. But once in December, Tucker Carlson gave that speech and attacked Christians, attacked Americans, attacked pastors for preaching the gospel, for opposing extremist Islam. When he did that, now we know that speech was deplorable, it was disgusting, and we know. There's no doubt anymore. And like I said, we got like over 4 hours of content just with the ambush interview with Ted Cruz and then the debate interview with Mike Huckabee. It's pretty clear, and he's saying the most outlandish things. He doesn't believe that Jews should be in the Holy Land at all. Why? Who belongs in the Holy Land? Tucker Carlson, Islam. Islam is the one who has possession of the Holy Land and the whole world. The only legitimate people who own that. Like I said, what does he care about the ideas of Jews or Israel? The ideas of Jews to be able to return to their homeland. Also, it's biblical. And of course, notice he's attacking Bible prophecy. But we have to oppose Tucker Carlson. We know where he stands now. We've got plenty of video footage to look at it. And we've been played by him in the past, but not anymore. That's the next thing. Number one, we have to explicitly condemn Tucker Carlson on no uncertain terms. And he cannot be allowed or invited to any speaking engagement or conservative events. He can go back to Chink Uyghur, whatever his name is, and Anna Kasparian and all of his liberal buddies he's been having on his programs. We don't want him. We don't want him. We don't need him. And he needs to get lost. We need to tell Tucker Carlson to get lost. So, this is an important issue, and because of what Tucker's doing, I got my new book, The Mark of the Nazarene, because he's trying to, he's a spokesperson for Islam, and we need to remind people what Islam's about, what it's done, and what it plans to do. We have to stand up, take a stand, and push back. So let's pray about these situations, but we need leadership to stand up, assert authority, and condemn Tucker Carlson and all of his insidious and wicked designs.